What's up, everyone, and welcome to the AB Fitness Center show, where we help you to lose fat, lose inches, and get stronger. My name is Anthony Bevilacqua, and I am your host. Today we're going to be talking about how to get fit without counting calories. So I understand that a lot of people think that it's a real hassle to count calories, and I get it. You know, it can be very annoying, but it's also, I look at it as an investment in my time to understand that I'm going to get this. I know exactly what I'm doing. There's no guesswork. And I've always said this, numbers never lie. But I do understand that there's a lot of different approaches for a lot of different people. And I understand that there are a lot of people who, no matter how much you preach the benefits of counting calories, they're just never going to do it. So today I want to discuss how you can get fit without having to actually count calories. So we're going to put some rules into place that if you're just like, I don't want to count calories, even though it's really easy to do, even though it doesn't require that much work, it's an investment of maybe 5 to 10 minutes in a day. It's really not that hard, especially now with iPhone apps. But I'm going to explain to you how we can do this without. So, and again, little preference, I've been doing this for a lot of years. I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years, something like that. And professionally, I've been training people for about 15 years. But when I first started and I understood the concept of, counting calories, keeping track of macros, I literally had to use paper and pen. So the simple fact of the matter is you can go right into your app store or Google store, whatever it is, and download an app. It makes it 10 times easier. But neither here nor there, let's get into this. So, all right, you don't want to count calories. You're not convinced on having to do that. You just want to live your life and whatever, blah, 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 okay? So how do we do this? What are the rules here? So the first rule that you should always do is you always want to make sure that you have protein first in your meal. So every time you sit down to eat, remember, if you're not going to focus on counting calories, every time you sit down and focus on having a meal, that meal should be based around protein, okay? Protein is vital for changing your body composition and getting stronger. As I've discussed numerous times, protein is the building blocks of muscle, okay? So whenever you consume protein, you give your body that vital resource to build muscle. Plus, protein also has a fat burning effect when you eat it. 100 calories of protein consumed, your body's gonna burn off about 30 of those just in digestion. So you're gonna get a calorie burning effect from protein. And also when you consume protein, you're also gonna be fuller longer because it takes a little longer to digest it. So your body has to heat up a little bit to burn it off. So this is why you should always, if you're gonna sit down and eat, you gotta make sure, okay, I gotta have protein. So if it's breakfast time and you need to have a meal and you're grabbing cereal, that's a bad option, unless you're gonna have it with protein. So always look for the protein first. So let's say you did want cereal, then you say, okay, I'm gonna have some cereal, but I'm gonna add protein powder to it. So I love doing that. It's my favorite way to have cereal. So if you're gonna have protein, that's your base, okay? And you're gonna have a serving of protein or 2 servings of protein, whatever it is, and then you're gonna pour that over your cereal, and then you'll go about your day as normal. Again, that's just gonna give you added benefits of having more protein in your diet, because the average person doesn't consume enough protein to change the way they look. All right, so that's the first rule. Second one, you're always gonna have vegetables in a meal. I always think that you should have vegetables in a meal, especially when you're not counting your calories, just for the simple fact that vegetables, well, one, they're very healthy, and obviously you should be consuming vegetables. They're very high in micronutrients, antioxidants, things like that. But vegetables also contain a lot of fiber, which will help keep you fuller longer. So the more vegetables you consume, the more room it's gonna take up in your stomach. So again, going back to my example, if you want cereal for breakfast, maybe you should have your protein with the cereal and then have on the side maybe some vegetables, maybe some broccoli, some tomatoes, whatever it may be. Just making sure that you're always adding vegetables to your food, again, as more of a filler food. It keeps you fuller longer, like I said. And again, all the other added benefits of just eating vegetables. All right, again, not counting your calories. These are the rules that you should be following, right? Number 3, never drink your calories. That is one rule that I've always kind of given to myself, even though I do practice flexible dieting. If I wanted something to drink that had calories in it, I could have it. But when you drink your calories, it's an easy way to drink away 300 calories without even feeling the food you're eating. So for example, like a glass of orange juice is probably about 200 calories. Whereas an orange is about 120-ish, give or take. So I'd always opt to eat the orange. One, it takes a little longer to eat it. Two, you could down a glass of orange juice in like a second and not even feel it and still be hungry. So never, never, never drink your calories. Coffee is 0 calories. So you can still have coffee, you can still have teas. But remember, anything you're gonna add to it is gonna add calories into your day. And remember, doesn't matter how healthy you're eating, if you're overeating the amount of calories you need, your body's gonna say, I'm overeating, I don't need this many calories, I'm gonna store the rest as body fat. That's kind of how it works. So you wanna make sure that, again, like I said, you never, never, never consume liquid calories. Big no-no, especially when you're not counting calories. Because like I said, you could easily have, a glass of orange juice or Gatorade or whatever, and any type of juices, they have like those in New York or whatever, in the United States, they have the like Jamba Juice and those things, and it's like a fruit smoothie thing. And yeah, it's really healthy, but in a big container is about 100 grams of carbohydrates. So it's like 400 or 500 calories right there. And again, I can have one of those and then just go eat and not even feel that I had that. So that's why never, never, never drink liquid calories. The fourth rule that we're gonna go over, again, if you don't wanna count your calories, you wanna understand portion sizes. I've talked about this in depth. I've had so many other videos on portion size, but understanding portion size will also help you to minimize extra calories taken in. So for example, basically in one almond is around 1 gram of fat. So about a handful, they say about a thumb size serving is about a serving of fat. So again, it's probably about like 10 to 12 almonds is probably about a serving of fat. But people say, oh, I get hungry, I snack on almonds. So if you grab a handful of almonds, right, and it's a real like big cup, that's like 30 to 40 grams of fat right there versus, 12 or 10. So you have to really understand portion size in order to understand how many calories are in things. Because I can have a peanut butter sandwich, let's just say I want peanut butter on bread, and if I measured it out, it could be easily 200 calories. If I didn't measure it out, it could be 400. People a heaping tablespoon of everything, and the tablespoon's like this thick. I know some of you listening to this have done that where it's like, oh, I just have a tablespoon of peanut butter, it's no big deal, it's peanut butter, it's healthy, and it's like this high, right? So no. Understand portion sizes, because that's what's gonna allow you to eat anywhere. You can eat out, you could eat, at a barbecue, at a friend's house, at a party, and it'll allow you to understand, okay, this is a serving of carbohydrates, this is a serving of fat. Typically, a serving of carbohydrate is about a cup palm. It's basically about a serving of carbohydrates right there. So like I said, the serving of fat is here, and then a serving of protein is pretty much your palm. So just give or take, that's a quick reference for you to understand portion size. Again, because it doesn't matter what I'm eating, doesn't matter if it's really healthy or really bad. If I'm over consuming my calories, I'm gonna gain body fat, and we don't want that. All right, number 5, you always wanna choose lower calorie options. You always wanna make swaps for different things that'll allow you to consume less calories. I talked about this in another video also, but you always, like I said, you always wanna choose. There used to be a book way back in the days, like eat this, not that. So you want to kind of do the same thing with everything you're eating. How can I make this food better? How can I plus this food and make it better? So for example, let's see. Okay, let's say you wanted a ham and cheese sandwich, right? So maybe instead of having, I don't know why I'm having sandwiches today, but that just seems to be just a lot of bread today and everything I'm discussing. But say a ham and cheese sandwich. So how can I plus this ham and cheese sandwich to make it better? Okay, maybe instead I could swap out the regular cheese for fat-free cheese. And then that would cut a significant amount of calories, or even a lower calorie cheese. Or maybe instead of the ham, maybe I could swap it out for turkey, because that has a little more protein, a little less fat. That would be another good option too. Or for example, if you were having a salad, maybe instead of using the regular dressing, swapping out for balsamic vinegar would save you a ton of calories. Or if you're going through the drive-thru and you're at McDonald's and you want to get something at McDonald's, everybody's getting something, whatever, maybe instead of getting the Big Mac with fries, maybe get a snack wrap with grilled chicken and lettuce, tomato, and that's it. So there's always ways to make something less calories. You just have to look for it. Again, one, you have to want it. You have to want to be able, okay, I'm doing this for a reason. I want to look better. I want to get stronger. I want to lose some inches. I want to get back into my, clothes. So you have to always think of the different options that you could do. And trust me, there's always ways to make things lower calorie options. I think I talked about this in the other video that I talked about this in. But for example, we had a barbecue at my house, so everyone was drinking. So I used diet cranberry to mix my drinks in. And I figured it out because me and my friend were drinking about the same, but he was having the regular cranberry juice. I saved about 500 calories just switching to the diet one. So you always want to make those conscious choices. Again, this has to be a lifestyle in order for all of this to be long-term and permanent. All right, and my last rule, and this is kind of really cool because I never really spoke about this one before, but I want you to follow the 80-20 rule for food. So what that basically means is we practice flexible dieting here, which means that it doesn't matter what you want to eat, as long as you fit it into your day and your calories, you're gonna lose the body fat that you want, you'll get stronger. So when you're not counting calories, I want you to always focus on, again, because it has to be long-term. If I told you, all right, no carbs, you would be like, okay, I could do that for a little bit of time. Doesn't matter how long that time is, you'll get to that point where you're like, I need that bread. So it's not sustainable. But with flexible dieting, it'll allow you to fit in the things that you want in. So following the 80-20 rule means that 80% of your foods that you're eating should be from healthy, whole, macronutrient rich foods. So things like your grilled chicken, sweet potatoes, all foods that are considered quote unquote healthy. And then the 20% of your calories and food that you're eating for the day should come from fun foods, okay? Things that normally aren't considered healthy, like cereal, what's that else? Pizza, things like that, Pop-Tarts, whatever it is that you want, right? That's considered not healthy. That's the 20%. Again, allowing you to fit this stuff into your day will allow you to maintain and do this for more of the long haul. And again, going back to what I said, that was rule number 4, I believe, understanding portion size, because again, you can have peanut butter and that could be really good. You could have a serving of peanut butter, which is really good, or you can lie to yourself and say you're having a serving of peanut butter and it's 4 servings of peanut butter, and now you're 500 calories deep in peanut butter and you're in big trouble for the day. So those are the 6 rules, basically. If you don't want to count calories, those are the rules that you got to follow. I'll summarize them up for you. All right. 1, always make sure you have protein first. Every meal that you eat should contain protein, and you should be basing the meal around the protein. So again, like I told you, if I want cereal for breakfast, I need to have protein with that cereal. All right. Number 2, always have veggies with every meal. That'll just keep your stomach fuller, allow you to help you not to overeat. Number 3, you never want to drink your calories. No liquid calories when you're trying to just lose body fat without counting calories. Number 4, understanding portion size is extremely important because, like I said before, a real serving of peanut butter versus a heaping serving of peanut butter is going to be the difference of 300 to 400 calories. Number 5, you always want to make lower calorie swaps in all your food because that'll help to save some calories. And number 6, you want to follow the 80-20 principle. 80% of the food that you should be consuming should be quote unquote healthy and allow for 20% of fun foods. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully this video helps you if you don't want to count calories and still want to lose inches and lose body fat and get stronger. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're listening to this wherever. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a beat. Also, be sure I have a special gift for you. If you head on over to abfitnesstrainer.com/free, you're going to get a special free gift from me to you. And make sure you comment below because I want to know if you've ever followed these rules. If you said, okay, I'm never going to count calories, and I want to know if you just have ever done any of these. And I also want to know which one of these rules are new to you. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.